I want you to especially understand what we are looking at right now. And I want you to listen to me carefully, and I want you to just forget about everything you've ever heard about Israel or the United States or Iran or war or anything along those lines. I want you just to forget it completely and totally. And I want you to listen very carefully to the idea of something which is important. And that is that we have never been in a position like this in 50 years. Excuse me, maybe 77 years since the beginning, since the genesis of Israel proper. Never. There has always been a split, so to speak, a chasm, a differentiation of sorts involving Israel, Zionists, Palestinians, Arabs, Iranians, Persians. There have been different groups of people. And for the longest time, a lot of the talk has been serious, very important and serious, but not necessarily threatening posing any kind of existential threat. Okay? That changes. Do you understand what I'm saying? That changes. For the first time in history, we are seeing a real and potential war involving Israel and Iran. But it won't be Israel and Iran. It'll be other people coming to the aid of Iran and coming to the aid of Israel. And who is that? Us. Israel does not exist without us. That may bother you. That may offend you. It's not meant to offend or to bother, but it's the God's honest truth. And what people have to understand and to grasp very, very significantly is the idea that there is something that is happening. And we can talk about the source of this all day long. We can talk about this all day long. Who's responsible? Is it Bibi Netanyahu because he fears being indicted himself? Could be. Could it be what exactly? Could it be that he's doing this because there really is Israel faces an existential threat for the first time, and it has nothing to do with his political ambition or his political wherewithal? I don't know. I mean, we can argue that all day long. And we can also do some other things, too, where we can talk about who's who. But irrespective of that, you're wasting your time. And if you spend a moment talking about and considering and speaking of Iran as being this crazy, theocratic, lunatic, evil, kind of like that Piers Morgan Manichaean position, it is incredible. The take is incredible. And what he represents is so phenomenal. Let me just stop right now. We have a group of people in this country, and forgive me because there's so many things I want to tell you, and there's so many moving parts to this. We have some groups in our country who say, look, I love Trump, and I don't really care about Trump, and Trump is the greatest guy. Trump is the GOAT, and I don't care about this. And there's always been threats about existential, but I'm not worried about that. We're not worried about that. We're not worried about that because there's no... There's always a problem there. And they've been talking about the threat to the world forever, and I'm just not going to worry about it. And that's what people think. People really believe this. They honestly, God, they believe that this is just one of those things that you've got nothing to worry about because this is just a perennial problem, and this is something that just happens, and that there's no reason to worry about it because since the beginning of time, people have talked about wiping Israel off the map, and whether they are or aren't really an ally of ours. Is it for us to decide? Look, convention is one thing, habit is another. They're the only, this is what they're saying, they're the only, let's do this in unison. They're the only democracy in the Middle East. They have the right to defend themselves. They have the right to defend themselves. And Iran cannot be allowed to have a nuclear weapon because if it does, it will certainly go after, and it has vowed to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. It would also be wiping off the face of the earth a lot of Arabs as well. Remember, Israel is the size of New Jersey. It has, I think, maybe 10 million people or so in Israel compared to 10 million people in New York. So this is what you hear. And they repeat the refrain. That the first part, and that Israel left Gaza in 2005, and I know the routines, and I know how this works, and I understand it. I grasp it. I understand it 100%, totally, absolutely. But I want you to understand. Focus now. This will impact upon great factions of MAGA, though not all of it. This will embrace and will inspire a new generation of anti-war activists. This is cataclysmic and shape-shifting. I am telling you, believe me when I tell you this, I am telling you that this is so huge. And yet, the people who talk about it dismissively, like Fox News and Hannity, nothing to worry about. The president, too, when Tulsi Gabbard, when he basically disavows the action of his DNI, of Tulsi Gabbard, who says, well, there's no evidence of nuclear, And by the way, does Iran want to build a bomb, or does it want to upgrade its nuclear refinement program for medical technology? I don't know. Listen to what I'm just telling you. Just listen to me. Get on X, probably the best there is. Go online. Do not watch cable news. If you want to find out what is happening, believe me, if you want to hear propaganda, you go there. The Jerusalem Post and Fox News are identical. Haaretz is kind of an interesting counterbalance. Look at Middle Eastern news. There's Zetio or was Hani Hassan's. There's so much play. Listen to all of the. Listen to Scott Ritter. Listen to everybody provide, and Mearsheimer and Jeffrey Sachs and Judge Napolitano. Listen to the counterbalance of what's going on, because I'm telling you, this is an event we have never seen ever. I'm not saying this just to be funny or cute. I mean it. This is something we have never, ever, ever seen. Pay attention. Do not dismiss this. Do not think, it's going to be to take care of it. No. And if President Trump is basically saying, we can kill the leader. What? What? We can take out the Ayatollah. What? In fact, the fellow that we were negotiating with, we killed him. I don't even know if Trump knew that. And if you pray, start praying now, my friends. Please like this video. It's critical that you add to the HOV lane. Please subscribe to our channel so you know what's going on in terms of the various goings on. Make sure you hit that little bell so you're notified of live streams, new videos, and whatever you do, I beg. But and please subscribe. 80% of the people who watch our videos don't even subscribe. And it's important that you comment as you see fit.